Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about managerial ethics. So many sessions we had discussed about ethics, but today we are going to discuss about managerial ethics. So what do you mean by ethics? We already know. If you do right or wrong, what is right and what is wrong, good and bad behavior. So the rules and principles that define right and wrong conduct, it refers to well-founded standards of right and wrong that prescribe what humans ought to do. Managerial ethics. So in an organization, how to manage the employees in that organization. So management ethics is the ethical treatment of employees, stockholders, owners, and the public of a company. It's a study of standards of business behavior which promote human welfare and the good. Ethics in the workplaces helps ensure that when leaders and managers are struggling in times of crisis and confusion, they retain a strong moral compass. So it's the guideline that helps direct a lower manager's decision in the scope of his or her job when a conflict of values is presented. So why it's happened means dilemma, values, right, complaints, morals, wrong, benefit, and choice. So what are the types of managerial ethics? Immoral management. So everyone know about the moral, it's opposite to immoral. A stale divide of ethical principles and active opposition to what is ethical. Moral management conforms to high standards of ethical behavior. Amoral management, intentional. Intentionally, you can do that. Does not consider ethical factors. Unintentional, casual or careless about ethical considerations in business. Next, we are going to discuss about ethical analysis. So ethical analysis, you analyze the situation, you are going to take a decision in a right way. That is ethical analysis. Next, we are going to discuss about MRTP. So everyone, you know the term, monopolistic and restrictive trade practices. It was enacted in 1969. Act aims to prevent concentration of economic power in hands of few, protect consumer interest, to provide for the control of monopolies. Monopoly, everyone know, one buyer, sorry, one seller, number of buyers. That's the concept of monopoly. For example, if it is a cable network in that area, that person only will give the cable network for every houses. So to prohibit monopolistic and restrictive trade practices, extend to the whole of India except Jammu and Kashmir, repealed in Competition Act 2002 with few changes in it. So what are the objectives of MRTP? Prevention of concentration of economic power to the common detriment, control of monopolies, prohibition of monopolistic trade practices, prohibition of restrictive trade practices, prohibition of unfair trade practices. Unfair trade practices means, if you take it as a positive, it's a fair trade practices. Unfair means some of the exploitation of customers. That's unfair trade practices. Next, we are going to discuss about the important terminology, FERA, Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1973. So what do you mean by foreign exchange? Foreign exchange is the system or process of converting one national currency into another and of transferring money from one country to another. If you take it as a US, UK, our country, India, it's a rupees, but US and US is a dollar, US, UK is a dollar. So like that, if you're doing import and export, the currency will also change, transferring money from one country to another country. The FERA Foreign Exchange Regulation Act deals with laws which relate to foreign exchange in India. The laws were made to manage foreign investments in India. The FERA has its origin at the time of Indian independence. So when it was enacted at the time of Indian independence. In the beginning, it was a temporary arrangement to control the flow of foreign exchange. In 1957, the act was made permanent as the industrialization grew in India. There was an increase in the foreign exchange investments. As a result, there arose a need to protect it. Accordingly, in 1973, the Foreign Exchange Regulation Act was amended. FERA consists of 7 chapters and 81 complex sections. Under FERA, any offense was a criminal one, which included imprisonment. In that FERA, Foreign Exchange Regulation Act, if you done any wrong thing, immediately they are going to take action, like imprisonment as per Code of Criminal Procedure in 1973. So, what are the objectives of FERA? Prevent the outflow of Indian currency, to regulate dealings in foreign exchange and securities, to regulate the transaction indirectly affecting foreign exchange, to regulate import and export of currency and bullion. So they have to regulate everything. You can see the word regulate. So everyone know about the rules and regulation. So you must follow the rules and regulation only, they are said, right? So to regulate import and export of currency and bullion. The same like that, to regulate employment of foreign nationals, to regulate foreign companies, to regulate acquisition, holding, etc. of immovable property in India by non-residents, to regulate certain payments, to regulate dealings in foreign exchange and securities, to regulate the transactions indirectly affecting foreign exchange. So what are the provisions related to FERA? Regulation of dealing in foreign exchange, restriction on payment, restriction regarding assets held by non-resident and import and export of certain currency and bullion, duty on persons entitled to receive foreign exchange and payment for exported goods. And also restriction on appointment of certain persons and company as agents or technical or management advisors in India, like embassy, right? So restriction on establishment of place of business in India, prior permission of Reserve Bank required for taking up employment in India by nationals of foreign state. So you will get the permission from the RBI, then only you have to appoint as an agents or technical or management advisors. So restrictions on immovable property. Thank you all.